So, welcome back to another episode of Guys Global Getaways. All right, this is going to be episode 6, and today we're going to talk about Hawaii again because I'm going to Hawaii end of this month. Food, culture, and local experiences. So, we got our favorite Hawaii special person here, Faith. She's back with us again to talk about some Hawaiian stuff. All right, and we're going to find out about some food, some culture, and some local experiences. So, welcome back, Faith. Um,
Yeah, thank you for having me back.
no, yeah, not a problem, not a problem. I know you're going to give us some nice hidden gems and maybe some family favorites on the food. And this is something that you guys wish to do. Definitely comment below. Or if you got any questions about certain types of food, definitely comment below. And we're going to get right into it. All right. So, Faith, what are some good family favorites, good stuff to eat uh, while in Hawaii?
Oh man, there's so many different things to choose from. You can go from like big entrees to snacks, but one of the biggest entree is Kahlua pork. You heard of it?
No, Kahlua Park. What is that?
So traditionally, we get a big giant pig and we put it in the ground for days on end and let it cook under the ground in the ground. And so that's basically Kahlua pork. We shred up all the pork and you can put it in a burger like buns, Hawaiian buns, or something like that. It's so delicious. My family make it every year, so
Actually, I do have a question. So, like the Hawaiian buds that you get from like the store, are those like from Hawaii, or are they just called Hawaiian buds?
no, they're no, they're
No.
just like sweet bread basically, but I think they're made in somewhere here in the mainland in the States, but
Uh,
um yeah, yeah, that's kind of like a little ploy to get you to buy it, but they are good. I
they
mean,
are
that's what we put our Kahlua pork in,
good.
so
That's
you
cool.
can use it.
Okay, good, good, good. So it
Yeah.
stands. Okay. All right, good. All right. So no, that's good. What else? I know that like I went to Hawaii before, um I went to like a chain restaurant and I wasn't impressed. I was like, you know,
No, yeah. You definitely want to go to mom and pop. Anything that you do, if you want anything authentic, you want to go to some mom and pop stop. In a little corner that only locals know about. Um, so a lot of people for breakfast will eat something called loco moco. I don't personally eat it because it's eggs, and I don't eat eggs, but it is an egg dish, breakfast dish, and it's really good. Everybody eats that. There's poke. I think a lot of people know what poke is. It's fresh fish, just eaten raw. I absolutely love poke. So if you if you find a little spot that has poke nachos are amazing. Usually the chips are wonton chips, like the egg roll wrap. So it's so good. I love it. That's probably one of my favorites. Um, there's something called Simon. So Simon is the Hawaiian, basically ramen noodles, but the Hawaiian type of ramen noodles. So they add a whole bunch of stuff to it. Sometimes they'll add spam, and you'll see that spam is like a huge thing in Hawaii, and people don't get it. They don't get how spam is so good, but we kind of put spam in a lot of things, and spam
yeah,
is great to
yeah.
me.
I heard there's like over like 100 different types of spam or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's you can get crazy with that one for sure.
Oh yeah.
So there's spam musubi. Have you heard of that one?
Mm-mm. What is that?
So that is like one of my favorite things, and it's crazy because here in the mainland, if you try to find it, it's like they cost like $10 a little thing. So it's essentially a sushi roll, but without any fish. It's rice, some soy sauce, um, something called furikake, which is like a drizzle of seaweed and little seeds, and then spam. So that's pretty much it's a spam sushi roll, and they use the soy sauce called shoyu. So shoyu is the Hawaiian version of soy sauce, and it's really good.
Okay, okay, that's something I need to look at right there. All right, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Um, now,
So I would recommend food. There's a food truck park.
okay,
Food trucks, hit up all the food trucks. Go to the food truck park. That's where you're gonna get the ono food, the delicious food. That's somebody is making it out of the truck. They prepped it at home. It's homemade. It's gonna have the love in it and the blessings and the aloha in it. It's gonna be good.
all right, cool. You said what did you say? Oh no.
Oh no,
So,
oh no, delicious.
oh, okay. So that's like, so that means like delicious.
Yeah. So if you're talking to a local and you say where the ono grinds, the ono grinds means the delicious food. Where they at?
That's cool. I had once had, I don't know what happened to it, but I once had like a it was like a little like Hawaiian dictionary, and like I can't find it now, but I was like I was trying to learn some of the words, and then I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
A lot of it is called pigeon. It's like broke, kind of like what Spanglish is. It's like
Yeah,
broken Spanish mixed with English. That's the same thing as pigeon is broken English mixed with a little bit of Hawaiian, and that's what they mostly use.
that's what they mostly use. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Mhm.
Um, what about uh any like hidden thing like, oh my God, exotic Hawaii, like you gotta try there.
Yeah, there's tons of hidden gems that tourists won't normally go to unless they're there long enough to find out. But usually people have an itinerary of touristy things to do. So if you want to go to the hidden gems, you got to dig a little deep and do a little bit of traveling. So if you're staying in Waikiki, that's where the city is. You want to move away from there um, and go for a drive to some hidden gems. So like um, Mount I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Tantalus Lookout. There's a lot of lookout places with beautiful views that aren't heavily populated. If you just kind of want to chill back and relax, watch the sunrise or the sunset without a whole bunch of people, and just take it all in, then you kind of want to go a little off from the city. Um, let's see. I have a little list here. So one thing I recommend is the lava tube at Lanai Lookout. There's a little cave type thing. You're gonna find caves all over the place if you really go looking. But there's this little cave that you can go through that was formed from the ocean, and then you can look out to the ocean there. So that's a pretty cool experience. You just gotta find it.
So you go like
uh,
in the tube, and then you could like
yeah,
look
it's like yeah,
out.
you can go. So you kind of climb down, and then you can go through this like cave, but at the end you could see the end. You could see the light of day at the end,
Right.
and you get there, and then all of a sudden it's this beautiful beach that you could just hang out. And nowadays tourists probably know about it a little bit more, so it might be a little populated for people to check it out. But for the most part, you have to really go looking to find it. Um, and then there's a blowhole. That's a really really dangerous. So just be careful. But it's really really cool to see if you've never seen a blowhole before. Of course, naturally formed by the land, and people go down there and just don't go too close because it'll suck you in. A lot of people get sucked into the blowhole and then shipped out into the ocean. But let's see what it's the Halona blowhole lookout at Hanama Bay.
Wait, the blowhole sucks you in?
Yeah, so the ocean will shoot up through it, and
That,
it'll cause this crazy explosion. But when it comes back down, the air sucks all of the water back to the ocean. So if you somehow fall and slip and get sucked in by all that air, you'll end up way in the ocean. But because it's all lava rock in there, the chances of you living are very slim if you go
all
all the
right,
way through.
all right. Something to
So
keep
you,
in
yeah,
mind.
yeah, just check it out from afar. To keep your distance and enjoy the natural nature of what the ocean's doing and how beautiful and majestic it is. But that one is Halona Blowhole Lookout at Hanama Bay.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, also. So now we're talking about definitely places off the beaten path. So that's good. That's good. Um, because you want to get that once in a lifetime experience in there. Um, what else? Now I know like there's a lot of different um cultures, from me being a travel agent, traveling with, I would say, with food, it's handled differently a lot of different places. So like I know in when I went to Italy, it's like if you didn't eat this food, like what are you doing with your life? Because they have passion into
Oh,
it, right? So definitely, is there anything like that in Hawaii? Like, does that like bring families together or everybody cook together? Something like cultural.
so a lot of families, like my family, will have a giant cookout. That's how it's done. Some call it barbecue, but a cookout is a little bit different to me because everybody gets in. So it's like an assembly line of your whole family. A lot of times you'll go out on a boat and go fish for the tuna in the morning, this giant tuna, and you bring it home, and you just everybody assembly line cuts it, somebody skins it, somebody cuts it up, somebody else washes it, somebody, like it's literally like event tables lined up with a whole bunch of people preparing the food, which puts all the love into the food, and everybody can enjoy the food together. So everybody has their own little role in preparing it. And then, like I said, with the kalua pork that's done in the ground over days, sometimes you go get the pig yourself. So there's something huge called hog hunting or pig hunting. Um, and a lot of like my family, they'll hog hunt. I've actually been hog hunting, and you get your own pig, you put it in the ground. A lot of it is preparing it yourself and getting it yourself.
Oh, that's
So the original way of getting your food.
oh, okay, okay, all right. That adds some love into it. And then you guys kind of like a big party at the end, or what?
Yeah, luau, music, fireworks. Fireworks are huge in Hawaii. Parades, lots of parades. There's parades every month. Hawaii's known for the Merry Monarch Parade. It's one of the big ones that they do every year. Huge floral floats. My aunt actually made one of those, and I think she won an award for it. But it's a huge community where everybody's ohana, everybody's family, everybody comes together for these big events. And usually it's so down to earth that they'll invite you. There's people who do documentaries where they did a trip, and it was kind of like a foster type program for the trip where they go stay with locals, and the locals teach them all the ways. So yeah, it's good like that. If you can get in with a family, they'll show you all the ways and how to cut up the fish for you, and like how to do it the Hawaiian way.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool, man. Treat you like family. I like it. I like it. So, um, let's see. So I know there was something about I've heard something about like the aloha spirit. What's that?
So aloha has multiple meanings. Hello, goodbye, love, bless. Um, but Aloha Spirit, there's so many myths and folklores that people believe. Um, and I've heard them all growing up. I'm not necessarily sure if I believe it, but basically there's a lot of spirits held within Hawaii, and some are called the Menehune spirits, and they are our ancient ancestors who you can see, who people have seen, and you're not supposed to look at them. I think there was a movie about that. I think Emma Stone was in the movie where she talks about the Menehune, um, and because there's so many spirits in the land, you don't want to like touch and like take anything. Um, the land holds the spirits, and if you were to like pick up some shells from the beach and take them home, you'd be taking the spirits home, which would anger them. And what would kind of be like bad luck. So until you would bring that stone back or the shell back, you would have that bad luck.
Oh yeah, that's
um,
very interesting. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so don't take anything unless it was like given to you by someone from the land. And a lot of people like to collect little sand in little vials or something, but it's not a good idea
Not a
to
good.
do that.
That's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. All right, cool, cool, cool. Any any other things like I guess like activities. So what type of things like would you recommend for like if somebody's trying to visit Hawaii that they should definitely check out? Like if you didn't check this out, you probably didn't go to Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Um, Yeah, so one of my biggest things is you can go to the big shopping centers. They're huge, they're really commercialized, but they're really amazing to go to. A lot of touristy spots where they're going to have authentic luau's and some authentic food, some commercialized food. But I would recommend going to the flea market. So people are probably gonna be like, why would I go on a vacation to go to a flea market? That sounds lame. No, 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 no. This flea market is probably the biggest flea market you're ever gonna go to in your entire life. It is, like yeah, you want to go. It's amazing. They have every single thing that you could possibly think of there. People making their own leis, teaching you how to make leis. You can buy them authentically made from an older person who could easily be like 100 years old, who that has passed down through generation, knows how to do it. Local foods or ono grinds, little snacks that you can buy there. So it's at the stadium, and let me see what the stadium is called real quick. Um, so the Aloha Stadium Swap Meet is what it's called, and it is a big, huge stadium. So when you're walking in, it kind of looks like you're going into like a football field or something. And it's just a whole bunch of tents lined up with everybody selling something. Um, so that's where you can get a lot of the cool little snacks that you can try. I don't know if you're into fish, but or
I love
squid.
me some squid.
So there's a little thing called cuttlefish, a dried cuttlefish. It doesn't smell great, but it is like a local favorite to eat that and munch on it. And they come in these little bags. So if you go to the flea market, definitely try some cuttlefish. If you don't like it, that's okay. But at least you could say you tried it. Um, yeah, there's lots of little things that you can buy from there, and I got some jewelry from there too. That was made in Hawaii, which makes it even more special.
So let me ask you something. So if you buy something from like the flea market, that's okay to bring back. That's not the same thing as like taking to the sand.
Yeah, because you're taking from the land, which is belongs to the spirits of Aloha, so the spirit of Hawaii. And you're not asking permission. So someone probably owns that land. Someone probably lived in that land, dwelled there, died there. You don't know what spirits are held there. So you just don't want to mess with anything too much. Don't move things around. because you might disturb them, and then you don't want to have a whole bunch of disasters like Final Destination happen because you moved something or touched something that you shouldn't have.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind. Um, all right, cool, cool. So if you guys have any questions, definitely comment below, and we'll definitely try to answer any of those questions. Um, my next episode, which will be episode 7, is going to be live in Hawaii. Um, so I'm definitely going to try to maybe hit a few spots that Faith recommended. Try to add those in there. It probably won't be live because I don't know what's gonna pop off, but 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 I'm not gonna take any sand or anything like that. That's some that's real deal right there. But yeah, definitely. Well, Faith, thank you again for these last 2 episodes. You really shared some valuable insights. We went over, basically some food spots, some private hidden gems to make this, Hawaiian vacation. Because most of the people, I speak to, unless you're like, rich, got a lot of money, all right, which some people may, but most people that I speak to, Hawaii's either on their bucket list or they've only been there maybe once or twice. And that's understandable since it's a far distance. Um, and you may not be able to get the time off of work or something to get over, all the way over there. But it's definitely a hell of a place. It's definitely a paradise. So I definitely appreciate all the tidbits, and I look
Yes,
forward to
of
those
course.
uh, that hog. All right. Now I do understand they do have some like vegetarian options out there also. Uh
Hmm.
at certain places. But into that hog. That's something, I'm a foodie, so that's something that I would like to try.
Oh, it would be such a sight if you could see it in the ground. Like, I it depends on what's happening when you're there, but you might be able to see it if you see smoke coming from somebody's house, and you're like, "Why is there so much smoke?" It's probably because there's a pig in the ground, and they cover it really, really heavily with dirt and leaves, and yeah. So if you smell it, I mean, you're gonna get hungry. It's amazing.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna try to put some of the links there if you guys are interested in checking out a few of those spots. I do recommend um, get you some water, few battery packs. Uh, Plane rides are gonna be a long ride, so and when you're there too, if you're kind of off the beaten path, you don't want your phone to die if you're using that for uh, pictures and stuff like that. And you want to get back to town too, right? If you don't know where you are, so definitely have those things available, and I'll post a few links for that. All right. Well, thank you again, Faith, and it was a pleasure bringing you back on.
Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy your trip.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited.
And I'm feeling good.